Good morning, Year 10, or afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this. I hope you are all doing well and are having a lovely week so far. This is the exciting week, guys, where you get 2 for 1 on your tutorials. So you get this whole class marking tutorial from me. So as you know, with the COVID letters, you've sent them in, I mark them individually and send them back to you. So I'm doing this one in a slightly different way. For the paper 1 question 3, I've done whole class marking. I've looked at everything, everyone in our class who sent something in sent to me. I pulled out some of the really good quotes and lines that people used. I've commented on why they were really good and also added in, for some of them, some ways that could develop. And then our second slide is our EBIs. What is it that, as I'm reading, are commonly coming up as a mistake? So not just 1 or 2 people are doing them, but a lot of the people that I'm reading are making these same errors, and they're the things that are going to pull down those marks. And then the next YouTube tutorial you're going to get from me, you will love, because it's paper 1, question 4, which I know is everybody's favourite. I'm going to use the same source as we used for question 3. So 1, you've already read it, so you're going to need to reread it, but it will be quicker because you already know the essence of what's happening and the essence of the story. 2, if you've already printed it, you don't need to worry about doing that again. If you've already saved it, you don't need to worry about doing that again. So it should make life a little bit quicker and easier. Okay, now on with our marking. So, www, what went well? Really well done to lots of you here. There's some really nice work coming in. I would like more work from more people. I'm getting the same people handing work into me, which is brilliant. You guys are doing really, really well. But I'd like to see the number of people handing that work into me increase. So, first person that I pulled something out that was really, really good from is Dilba. All round, actually. It was a really nice answer, Dilba. So, quotes I've taken. This links the text together as it reinforces the fear Alex had experienced in his nightmare and is now highlighted in his behaviour during breakfast. Excellent. You're showing a clarity that one structural choice is linking to another and it's developing and building on one thing after the other, showing that you're understanding the whole source works together and that each structural choice is designed to either build on something or change our perception of something. So, Dilber links different elements of the extract all the way through his analysis, which is brilliant. This is very good and shows that you understand the extract as a whole and how the writer is developing our understanding of Alex. You need to use more subject terminology though, Dilber, and explore why these structural choices have been made and introduced at this point. For instance, why is it that we see that frustration through the dialogue with more clarity at breakfast? What is it about switching to dialogue that makes that clearer and more effective? Why is it more effective to start with the nightmare and end with the flashbacks in terms of interesting the reader? How would that extract have read differently if we'd started with the flashbacks of his mum, then gone to breakfast and then ended with the nightmare? And what is the impact of doing it in the order the author does? So you're thinking about how the story builds, which is brilliant, but just be more clear and more kind of analytical on those structural choices at that point. But really, really good work. Now the next person we're going to look at is Poppy's work. So the writer also uses this to make the reader understand more of Alex's frustration. Poppy, a really clear, accurate and well presented effect on the reader. Really nicely done. This could be developed by supporting with a quote from Alex which shows his obvious frustration. Okay, you talk about his frustration really nicely in this one, and I think it was the one above, but you need to evidence that. Okay, then explore why dialogue was an effective structural choice to use here and how it builds on the opening in a little more detail. So pretty much very similar to what I'm saying to Dilbert. You know, you're making the inference, you're making the connection, you're linking to the effect on the reader really, really well, but you then have to link that effect back to the structural choice the author has made, because don't forget that the 2 parts have to be synonymous with each other in this question. What's the structural choice? What impact does it have? Why does that structural choice have that impact at this point? Why has the writer chosen that technique? And then we're going to move on to look at Cat. However, his response shows he is not comfortable talking about it. So, Cat, this is insightful and clear inference, exploring the impact of the dialogue. This could be developed by exploring why dialogue has been chosen by the author to show this. Why is this more effective than narration? So you're linking to the dialogue nice and clearly, but to really develop that analysis of that structural choice, look at it in contrast. Why did she shift from, she opened with narration, why did she then shift to dialogue? What do we get a different sense of about Alex through the dialogue that we weren't getting with the narration? Okay. And keep linking to the structural choices and how the text and tone are developing. And then last, but by no means least, Mackenzie, again, overall a really nice answer there, Mackenzie. The section I picked out is the way, I think I've written the way the, but I'm pretty sure Mackenzie got that right and wrote the way that Alex, so ignore my poor typing. The way that Alex talks back to his sisters shows his emotion. He is angry with his father, sisters, life, and even his mother for being sick. An excellent, clear and insightful inference, really nice. You need to develop this by exploring how the shift to dialogue exposed his true or raw emotions and the impact this shift creates at this point. Your last two lines in your answer were very good as well, Mackenzie, with a clear explanation on the effects on the reader. So it's really, really good work. Inference, guys, you were just absolutely hitting out of the park. And you're linking it, for the most part, to the dialogue, which is really, really good. But what you need to do is explore why that structural choice was used, because this is pretty much across all of you. It's the same element that we need to develop to move into that next band. Now, let's look at how E reacts. So, even better is. Details need to be specific. The writer uses openings and introductions does not mean anything. You're not analysing any clear line of structural choice at the moment. As you can see, clearly these are in red. The red are the most common. They're the ones that are coming up the most as I'm marking, and also the ones that are going to have the most impact in helping you gain those extra marks. So, not identifying structural changes, not following instructions to have one P, that means paragraph, on the opening. How has she opened the extract? Why? What impact does that have? What does that do? What does that tell us about Alex? And then one paragraph on a structural change somewhere in the middle. So majority of you very smartly chose that to be where we shift to breakfast with his siblings. Some of you were identifying that we've got the shift to dialogue. Some of you were talking about it but not really identifying it. And then on the last paragraph you should be doing is on the structure of the ending. How has the closing of the extract been done? What shifts have happened? Or does it link with the opening? Have we got a cyclical narrative going on there? And if so, why? What's the impact of it? Go back through your work and see if you have used terminology for structure. Are you really addressing and identifying the structural choices, or just saying beginning, shift, and end? Or structural choice without telling me what the structural choice is? Are you connecting your inferences to the structural choices? Why does the writer introduce this idea, aspect, tone at this point? How does it develop our understanding of the character? Make sure you are linking your inferences to both the structural choice and the impact effect on the reader. And never use the phrase makes the reader or makes them read on. I tell you this all the time, people, do not do it. Okay, very, very good work to all of those that are working really hard. I'm really, really impressed with the quality of the work I've had coming in. So well done. Have a lovely rest of your morning and look forward to tutorial number 2, guys.